I just listened what Alicia speak here, but she doesn't said that she was the Secretary General of the Federation of Cuban Women in Las Villas provinces. So it is one of the province that is located in the center of the island. And that is why, for many years, that is why she was elected to coordinate the Women International Democratic Federation because of her experience in the labor of and the work with women. She's very, very modest woman. I all the time try to learn by her because I just entered at the FMC, but she passed a lot of experience in her job. Well, maybe you ask why these both organizations are in New York City. Maybe it is a question. Well, we both are an NGO with the consultative status at the ECOSOC, so the Economic and Social Council of the United Nations. And this, the FMC has a special status. And this status gives us the possibility to participate in different international events, like the Commission of the Status of Women that held every year at the United Nations here in this city. That is why we are in New York City. For us, it's very, very difficult to travel to the United States. We only have one opportunity on March in that event, okay? If we apply for any visa to travel to another state, maybe it is impossible. And as a matter of the new relationship between our two governments, it means the relation between the United States and Cuba, that they are not, I mean, it is not normalized relation, okay? You know why? It could be normalized when it was finished, the blockade. That's right. Okay? When we, when Guantanamo Bay returned to Cuban people, when it stopped, subversive media stopped publishing unreal news about Cuba, and also about Cuban women. Unfortunately, the international media and also media that belong to this country, they are not express the real situation of our society in general. And also will be stop the, o sea, es el bloqueo, Guantánamo, la subversión, will be stop the, this law means that when a Cuban person enter at the United States, receive the whole benefits, you know? That's right. And many things will be stopped in order to normalize the relation. Also, the United States government said that nowadays Cuba may use the US dollar in our transaction. It is not true. Cuban, my country are not make any transaction in US dollar, because if it happens, the income will be freezing. Is that correct? Freezing? And so, it is not true. Sometimes many people said, so, now the relation between Cuba and the United States is open, is normally, and it is a very good possibility to interchange, to get some business, something like that. It is not like this. It is not so easy, okay? The United States government know that they have to sit in the same condition in Cuba, was not only in Cuba and also in the United States, was made a meeting, an interchange meeting between US and Cuban government. No? Do you know about that? Well, in that meeting, the representative of the United States always said that nobody in the war said or speak as the Cuban delegation do it, because we speak with the truth. We speak with looking face to face, okay? We speak with our real truth, okay? And that is wise for the representative of the United States government, when they will sit in front of the Cuban representative, they stayed quiet, and they know that we have many things to do, and also the United States government have many things to do also. And well, let's talk something about what we are doing now in our organization, okay? Let's put the government on the corner. Well, my organization, the Federation of Cuban Women, we have many things now to do with women around the country, because as you know, the society is changing all the time. So that is why we also change our activities, and we also try to modify the interchange with women. For me, it's a great experience when we travel to any municipality in order to interchange with women, to sit in their houses. Sometimes we drink a cup of coffee, we talk each other, we touch them, we look at them face to face, and for me it's better as if you publish anything, or as you speak by radio or by TV. It's better to that contact with women, and we use frequently, we try to visit all of these municipality, all of this community in a very far of a city, and also in a very bad condition sometimes, but we stay there And of course, for us, it's very expensive because, as you know, we are a self-financial organization. So we don't receive any income se dice así? From the government. And so we try to increase our budgets through sometimes through we have a publishing house, and in that house publishing a magazine named Mujeres. I didn't bring one of them. Mujeres or Muchachas, and sometimes any other books or any other interesting material or educative material from not only for women and also for the whole family. Nowadays are opening a few private activities in our society, and people would like to teach more about any activity, and that is why in that publishing house we prepare materials for people who would like to learn more about specific activities. It could be electrician or cooking, or different activities. So we try to prepare women and men for that activities, and also this organization has orientation houses for women and family in the whole country. In each municipality, we have 168 municipalities. We have 174 orientation houses for women and family. And in that houses also, the organization tried to prepare a different training courses for the population, the community, in order to be prepared, to be more prepared, for any kind of situation that appears at the community. These houses, when they were open, the FMC thought about women, but the reality is different. Nowadays, are visited by many women and men, and many young people, a great group of young people. And of course, we have an opportunity in that place to speak with the population at the community, because that is one of the objectives of the FMC, to speak, to prevent any kind of problem at the community. The prevention is the most important, one of the most important work of this organization. Well, I'm finished. It's very difficult for me to speak in Spanish. In our country, we don't have a women's minister, Sometimes you see in some countries that they have a minister for women. We don't have that. Since the very beginning of the Cuban Revolution, when was created the FMC, the activities of this organization was to outgroup women, okay? That was the first task, to outgroup women. And also to prepare them for and incorporate them in the whole revolutionary program. And for that, for this result that the FMC has for the advancement of women in our society, the Cuban government decided that the FMC is the national mechanism for the advancement of women in Cuba. So We are an NGO, but at the same time, we act as a government. Okay? So, with me, was coming at this city another woman. She is my boss. And during this time, she's stayed at the government, ¿cómo se dice escaño? At the government's chair, okay? You understand? Yes. Okay. And she's inside the meeting of a government, and me is inside as the workshop of the NGO. Okay? And then we prepare the whole, we write the whole activities that we were participated. And this possibility that the FMC has as a national mechanism for the advancement of women in our country give us the possibility to accompany the Cuban government in a whole decision that they make, the whole decision that they make according to women, okay? If the government will open any new measures or any new law, they ask the FMC if it is correct or if it is not correct, okay? So, and of course, we express our opinion about these new measures or about this new law. They all the time count with us. And that is why, as Alicia said, the FMC has the legislative power. Okay? And also, in our parliament, women are represented by more than 48%. But the most important is that inside the parliament, the parliament was led by a man, a very black man, like her chair, big, strong man, black man. And the other main position are occupied by women. That is the leaders in our parliament, a black man and two women. And inside the parliament are work at different commissions, okay? But one of the commission are led by a woman, by the second Secretary General of the FMC. So since the very beginning that was created, that commission was led by the FMC. At the first time was by Vilma Spin, no? Was led by Vilma Spin, then by Yolanda Ferrer, and now by Arely Santana. All of them are members of the FMC. This commission is named it is very long name. It is a permanent commission for the attention of the child, youth, and in a defense of the rights of women. That is the name of the commission. It is a very, very important commission. Okay? Very important. And in that commission are, you may see the voice of the FMC. As a matter of fact, in the whole parliament, almost the half are women. And the majority of them were born after 1959. And also, a very young women are represented in the parliament. And you may see inside the Cuban parliament the farmer, the workers, the student, the professional, the sport women and men, the housewife, the teachers, the doctors. Is very, very representative of the Cuban people. And in the parliament, when was opening the section of our parliament, was shown by TV in our country. And people may see what happens every year inside the parliament. And it is very, very interesting. And of course, we think it's a very democracy society. Okay? And I finish. It is very glad for us to see in this room a lot of young women. It's very nice to see young women participated in this meeting, okay? And also that they are a member of the Work Party, no?
Well, actually, the International Working Women's Coalition.
Okay, it's very good. We have to introduce young people. As it doesn't matter if they are men, it doesn't matter. Young people, because we have to work together, okay? Young people to, ¿cómo se dice? Para que nos sustituyan, ¿no? Para la continuidad. Very nice. And family that had, that were, familiares, sí, for the police abuse.
Anti-police brutality.
We receive in our country, and we prepare for them a program to visit different places, and they stayed at the FMC hotel. We have a small hotel to be part of the self-financial, we have to receive money. And they stay at that small hotel. It is in the center of the Vedado place. And we prepare a program with ICAP. Do you know ICAP?
ICAP.
And they visited at the end the ELAN, Latin American Medicine School. And they interchange with the American students, and was a tremendous encounter. Was fantastic. They were surprised how those students changed their mind, because they think different now. They become a human person. And with that condition, they will work here in this country. According to the wet food and dry food, let me tell you, this law was closed a few days before the President Obama was finished. A week before, okay? He signed the measures in order to close that law, the wet food and the dry food. But it doesn't matter, is still established the other law about the ¿cómo que se llama la ley de, o sea, la ley de ajuste cubano? How can you say in English? I don't know.
It's the es la ley
Cuban Adjustment Act. This law still exists, okay? But according to the Cuban people who decided to enter the United States, and in the border they were stopped and returned to Cuba. The Cuban government said that even if they are doctors, for example, they may enter in a Cuban country, they may establish again as a doctor in the same job. Okay? That's what the Cuban government said. So, approve, they return and to establish in the same job. What does it mean? It means many things. It means that the Cuban government recognized those people as a Cuban first, as a human being, okay? Maybe as they use this way because they were confused or because they were yo no sé cómo se dice, atrapado, no sé.
atrapado como secuestrado.
No, atrapado, ajá. Entrap, okay? And sometimes young people, they are not know exactly which is this society, and they were confused because the majority of them were born after the triumph of the Cuban Revolution, so they received in Cuba the whole rights, and they think when they come here they will receive the same rights. It is not the same, okay? You know about that.
Yes.
But I just would like to tell you that these measures is closed, and the other thing is that the Cuban government accept that they return and that they establishes in the same job, even the doctors. Okay? We recognize that. It is very, very good measure.
Decirle además a la muchacha, a la joven,
I would like to say also another thing to the young ladies.
retomando la idea central de lo que Maritzil
According to the
Afirma.
main idea that I said,
es bien importante la unidad en las organizaciones de mujeres.
it is very important the unit in the women's organization.
Pero en la medida que se sientan fuertes, organizadas y unidas,
But
In the way that you
in the
feel
way.
that we feel strong and organized and united,
pueden solicitar su afiliación a la FEDIN.
we can ask for their support of their federation.
the support from the Women International Democratic Federation.
Yeah.
Because to be a member of the FMC is only for Cuban women. Okay? But in a case of WID, it is for all women's organization. Because this organization is a war organization. They have the regional office in Europe, in Africa, in America, okay? So that is why he said that women's organization, they made us for the affiliation of with, but not for the Federation of Cuban Women. You have to be a Cuban woman or live in Cuba as a resident, Cuban resident, to be a member of our organization. We have inside the organization women from Spain, from Argentina, from different parts of the world, because they live in Cuba and they participate in this in Cuban society. So that is why they have the right to be a member of the FMC. And also the trans women, and also the lesbian women, because to be a member of this organization, we've never asked about your sexual orientation or about your economic power or about your knowledge. Okay? Never. The only thing that we ask if you are agree with our goal, the defense, the Cuban Revolution. That is the first of our objective. Okay? And also to be 14 years old and more. And it is totally volunteer. Yes. We have more than 4 million women affiliated at this organization. And it represents more than 90% of women population 14 years old and more.
¿Cómo se lo hace para afiliarse? ¿Tiene un correo electrónico?
No.
¿Cómo se lo hace?
Sí.
So I'm asking
I finished?
how a women's organization can affiliate with the Federation.
Yo les voy a dejar el correo.
She's going to leave email.